Good evening, everybody. What's going on? So in this video, basically, I'm just going to talk to you guys and give you guys my full review of the Moto E4 on Boost Mobile. One and done video because I'm not going to drag out any more other review videos about this. Maybe I'll do some, 3 months later, 6 months later, a year later video, but I'm not going to do multiple videos. And if you're looking for all the spec sheets on this, my colleagues have got that covered. So check out their videos. And if this is your first time checking out my video and you like the content, there's that subscribe button. Hit it. Don't forget to hit it and hit notifications so you get notified when I upload a video. So I like to upload late night. I like to make videos late night now. And tonight's video, we're going to focus on the Moto E4. Everything that I feel about the phone, and just give you guys my thoughts and opinions. So first thing I want to address is people's perception to downgrade this phone or to write it off because it's missing the biometric reader, which is different from the Verizon version that has it. This is one of those things I don't like about manufacturers, where they build a particular brand of a device and make multiple variants of it. Causes arguments over a gimmicky feature that's not really needed. And yes, I said it. Biometric reading is gimmicky. It's gimmicky because I am a person that believes that the best security of your smartphone is for you to pay attention to where your smartphone is. Sure, we can't help if you're robbed at gunpoint, but you have the ability to put a PIN and password in this thing, and Android has become secure in the sense that if someone was to take your phone and wipe it, they would still need to actually log into the last known Gmail account in order to go forward. And yes, you could probably Google up videos on how to bypass that lock, basically, in a sense, but it's a real pain in the butt to try and do. Not worth the time. So anyways, with the biometric reader missing on this phone, it is not a hindrance, okay? I'm going to tell everybody that. Because the true beauty of this phone is partially its build. Even though it's plastic build, I think that they did a pretty nice job designing it. I do love how the camera is circular and just whoppingly big. My cat is trying to knock over a cup. Get out of here. Sorry about that. My cat was trying to knock over a cup. Anyways, as I was saying, the camera sensors, it just looks cool. The Moto G5, Moto G5 Plus, and the Moto E4 and the Moto E4 Plus. They have that little circular camera sensor in the back. I think that's kind of cool. The little tiniest details captures me. I'll tell you guys that much right now. So slight little things that they do just makes me appreciate the phone for what it is. So anyways, going forward, no biometric reader, circular camera on the back. But let's talk about performance, okay? Performance on this phone for what it is. It has a quad-core chip inside of it. But this phone runs like it had an octa-core chip, which is, I gotta say, it's really nice to see that. You don't have a lot of phones that can keep up with more powerful devices, and I mean powerful mid-rangers. I think this phone can do a banging good job, and it does. RAM management is superb on this phone. I've never really seen it hike up into a point where I have to try and clear RAM. As a matter of fact, I don't have a RAM cleaner on this phone. That's how good it is for a budget device. Most flagships, you don't need a RAM management at all on it because it has enough RAM, it has enough processing power to run things efficiently and not gobble up all that memory. But budget devices don't. So to see a budget device that can actually run without any type of RAM management application to govern it is refreshing. Build quality is plastic. It's not made out of metal. So if you're a person that only has to have a metal phone or a glass phone, then don't even look this way. But if you can look beyond that, continue listening. So performance, I have to give it up to it. It does really good, okay? Another wow factor for me is the cameras on this thing. The camera sensors, I think they did a good job picking the right camera sensor for this phone, which is sub $100. I've posted a couple of photos to Instagram, and I think I'll go back in and edit those photos and actually hashtag the ones that are from the Moto E4. And that's just so you guys will know which ones were taken by this phone. Color reproduction in the cameras is actually pretty good. Low light shots is tremendously good, and I love the fact that you can control that setting with the selfie cam. You don't have a lot of that. Plus the fact that they went ahead and put a front-facing flash along with having a rear-facing flash, which is that's pretty good. And the Moto E 2015 on Boost Mobile did not have flash at all. The modes on this thing in camera, they're pretty good. So if you're a person that is not a professional photographer, but you like taking photos of places, day or night, you like capturing moments, you're not gonna have a bad experience with this phone at all whatsoever. It's gonna take some pretty good photos. Videos come out pretty good. They're not the crispiest videos, but again, to get those moments, yeah, you'll appreciate it. So cameras on this score is pretty big in my book. The fact that this phone, they put a lot of thought into it. I have to give it up to Motorola. I don't buy a lot of Motorola devices, but when I do, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have a pretty good experience. Just because the Moto E 2015, I had a good experience with that phone, even though it was small. Everyone at that time when that phone came out, everyone was wanting 6-inch displays and phablets, so I was going the opposite way with a much smaller phone. And this phone continues that trend to please and excite me, just based on how it performs and everything else. So one of the things that you can appreciate with this phone is the fact that for a non-phablet device, it has multitasking mode. So if you go into your recent apps and say I was to drag my Aloha app to the top display and then choose Chrome on the bottom, boom, multitask. I can message on Aloha, I can search things on the browser at the same time, and it runs it very well. It doesn't lag, stutter, or have any issues at all while I'm running it in multi-mode, and that is something that I can definitely say I appreciate from Motorola. So nice touch that they put that in there. Another pretty cool thing is the clock widget. I really dig that clock widget. And the reason why is because when I wake my screen, it tells me the temperature. But like say it's going to rain. If it's going to rain, it gives me a little animation on the very top where it shows the weather. It gives a little animation of raindrops. And like I said, the smallest things I can appreciate. It just tells me that they paid attention to the finer details of this phone. It runs a clean stock Android experience, okay? So you're not getting a heavily skinned software experience, basically. And because of that, I really like it. I'm a person that loves AOSP ROMs. I mean, from the days of the Galaxy S2 when I was ROMing that phone, majority of my videos are based on AOSP ROMs because I was trying to get away from TouchWiz. And with this phone, I don't have to do any of that. It runs a clean stock Android experience, which is one thing that I really love about ZTE devices, and I can appreciate that here with the Moto E4. It has its own play though, so this is kind of weird. Has stock Android experience, but has its own spin on the Pixel Launcher 2.0, based on the fact that when you swipe up for the app drawer, instead of having a white background, it has a transparent background, which I can appreciate that. Gives it a different look, even though it gives you the same feeling as stock Android. Swipe off to the right, you have your Google Now cards, and it does have Google Assistant. If you long press the home button, you can launch Google Assistant and start asking questions. And here's another very fine, small detail. If you tap that home, I don't know if you guys see that in a split second, but you see those color bubbles pop out. That is something that's just pretty cool. The little tiny animations is something that just gets me. So gotta give it up to Motorola. They did a banging good job on this phone, honestly. The only thing I can say that I feel is a negative in my book, and this is just something that's completely subjective, is the fact that if you remove the back cover to expose the battery, the power button and volume buttons are built into the battery cover. So when you remove that off, there is actual no more buttons on the side. Now, I know this thing has splash coating, or it has nano coating for splash proof, so it's not submergible. You cannot put this underwater. But if you were to get it wet in the rain, if something spilt on it and you picked it up and wiped it off, you got a good odds chance of not having water damage issues at all whatsoever, just with that nano coating protecting the phone. I thought that instead of going with nano coating and making it splash proof, it would have been awesome to see it be actual waterproof. At least IP68. That would have been really cool. Because with the dope camera on this phone, going to the pool and stuff in the summer, taking some photos, you're gonna have some fun in the water, out the water, taking video. But can't do that with this phone. And that's okay. And the summer's basically over, so pools are kind of gonna be like for next year. Hopefully the Moto E5 is water resistant. Last thing I want to talk about real quick, not trying to make this video super long, is the battery life on this thing is really good. So one thing I'll show you guys right now is that currently my battery life right now is at 58%. Okay. Now I took this phone off the charger at 10 a.m. right before I left to go to work, and I have to tell you guys, if you're doing light stuff like how I was today, and when I say light, I'm going to describe what I was doing. I was texting a lot. I was using Aloha to chat. I watched a couple of YouTube videos, but no more than 5 videos. Didn't play any music today. Didn't connect my earbuds to listen to some music. Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Snapchat, the norms. And yeah, I got some pretty good battery results from that. Just on that notion. So basically right now it's telling me that I got 21 hours left if I was to continue the way that I have been using this phone. And it's got a nice gradual decrease in battery life. Okay, I like when the angle, the slope is even and not more of a straight drop, because that just tells me you're consuming battery. But that also tells you how good the processing chip in this phone is to be able to manage, to be power efficient, to where when I'm doing very minor things, it's not consuming a lot of battery. And that's something I think that you guys will appreciate, because the fact is this battery is only 2,800 milliamps, okay? It's a big brother, the E4 Plus, I believe, has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. This has a 2,800 milliamp hour battery. So just a little over half the size of its big brother. But it handles pretty well. So it kind of gives you an idea, if you got the Moto E4 Plus, exactly how long of battery life you'll have with that phone if you were to do light usage. Because to be honest with you guys, if I wasn't OCD about making sure that my phones were fully charged when I left the house, I'm sure I can get 2 days on one charge. As a matter of fact, I might even test that out today. I might not put this phone on the charger, leave it on my desk tonight, go to sleep, get up, go to work tomorrow, work all day tomorrow, do my normal usual routines with this, and if I make it back home, I will upload it to Instagram, a little short clip that I made it an entire 2 days with this phone on a single charge. So let's see. Challenge has already been on. Would I recommend this phone to anyone out there looking for a nice sub $100 budget phone? You damn right I will. I will, and I don't care in the fact that this doesn't have the fingerprint reader. Like, I keep going back to that because I see that that's a lot of things in the comments. That's a lot of things being said on other people's videos. It's like they'll comment the Verizon version's better if it has a fingerprint reader, and it's like, who cares if it has a biometric reader if it doesn't? Like, when has it been the main trump card, the main way to score a smartphone on just having a biometric reader? Shouldn't the software experience, the hardware quality matter? And when I mean hardware quality, I'm not talking about the fingerprint reader. I'm talking about just the build quality and everything else. The camera sensors used to give the phone a camera to take photos with. The biometric reader should be the last thing that anyone judges a smartphone on. That should be something that's just like in the B section of how you look at a smartphone and judge it. I just kind of wanted to throw that out there because it is very crazy that people will, again, deter people from this phone or even the Metro PCS one. And the reason for that is because no biometric reader. And then people jumping up on Twitter and stuff saying you can buy the Moto E4 on Verizon and put it on Boost Mobile. Like, yes, you can. Of course, yes, you can. But why you have to go through all that entire route? I mean, if having a fingerprint reader is absolutely necessary in your life, then yeah, go that route. But if you're someone that's just looking for a really good, decent budget phone that does not perform as a budget phone, but I would say can bang with the rest of the mid-rangers out there that are in the $150 and $200 range, the Moto E4's got you covered. So this is my review of the Moto E4. If you guys enjoyed what if you guys enjoyed and liked what I had to say in this video, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Then drop me a like to let me know. Click that subscribe button if it's your first time checking out my channel, and look at my other videos that I have on here that may capture your interest. So that'd be pretty cool. And yeah, I'm going to bed, and you guys should too, because it's 1:18 a.m. in the morning. So I gotta get to work because today is officially my Friday. So again, thanks for watching. Aloha. I'm Tito, and I'm out.